On this week's episode of BJ in the Morning, we're going to Wall Street with the Wolf of Wall Street. Let's go. Welcome back to BJ in the Morning, your favorite dirty name podcast about movies we missed and movies we love. I'm Juan.
And I'm Brendan.
And we're back, baby.
We didn't go anywhere.
We didn't go anywhere, but we're back.
We're back at it again.
With the checkered Vans.
Yeah, I'm wearing checkered Vans today.
I'm not wearing nothing. Don't look at my feet.
Free feet pics.
Don't look at my feet.
Zoom in on his feet,
no,
editor.
Don't look at my feet.
I'm the fucking editor. Yeah, Juan, we are talking about The Wolf of Wall Street.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
2013.
Yeah. I had seen this movie quite a bit of times. Quite a few times? Quite a few times.
More than one?
I never realized that it was a 3-hour runtime.
I've seen it before too, because that's the point of this episode, is that we've seen this movie before and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long until I was like, I'm going to watch a movie for this set of movies. And then I looked at both, and one was 2.5 hours and one was 3 hours, or one was 2 hours, one was 3 hours. And I was like, I guess I'm going to watch the 2-hour one right now.
Yeah.
I don't really have 3 hours to spare.
Yeah. I mean, was that a thing in 2013 with like slightly longer runtimes?
I think runtimes just got longer over time, where we got to a point where movies were just stupid long.
Yeah.
And now I think we're going backwards, where now we want 1.5 hour long movies.
Yeah.
2 hours is pushing it sometimes.
I remember being younger and being like, 1.5 hours, that's it?
That's no time at all.
That's it? How are you going to tell a solid story?
And now we're adults and we're like, I got 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Before this kid wakes up from a nap.
Right. Right.
I'd rather get 3/4 or 1/3 of the way through this movie than, a quarter.
Right. Yeah.
Or less. An eighth.
They
did a lot of eighths in this movie.
A lot of what?
Eighths of cocaine.
8 balls?
Probably. There was a lot of drugs. A lot of drugs. It's really funny though, because this is the part of the podcast where we talk about how we felt about this movie before we rewatched it. I didn't realize when I first watched this movie how many drugs and alcohols and boobs there are in this movie. There's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of drinking. But I don't think it fazed me that much when I was 21.
Yeah.
When this movie came out.
Well, back then you're probably just like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
There was some times during this rewatch where I was like, okay. But back in the day, I was really hyped for this movie. I liked DiCaprio a lot. I don't dislike him now. I just think I liked him more back then. He's got a little creepy lately in his older age, you know, with the girls that he dates.
Sure.
That's a joke on the internet now.
Yeah.
This movie's almost too old for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Gross. Disgusting. I can't believe I said that. But yeah, I think like just the way that this movie came about and the style and the fast-paced nature of it. You got DiCaprio, you got Jonah Hill, Rob Reiner's in this movie, rest in peace. Tons of great actors. I didn't realize that Jon Favreau was in this movie for a minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, back then, 2013, saw this movie, thought it was sick. Thought it was awesome. Every single second of it's great. How about you?
I would say back then I wasn't a huge DiCaprio fan, but not not on purpose. Like, I didn't dislike him for any specific reason. I just wasn't interested in the movies that were coming out that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Great Gatsby and The Wolf of Wall Street and Shutter Island or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Shutter Island.
I just was like, I kind of just wasn't on that train, and a lot of people were. And at that time, if somebody wanted me to watch something really bad, I just wouldn't watch it for whatever reason. So I didn't watch this movie for a long time when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching it though, and I thought it was really fun and like crazy. Like, it's crazy that this could even be a true story. And then I heard a podcast where, who's the name of the guy? What's his name?
Jordan Belfort.
Jordan Belfort. He came on, and I was like, first of all, he's out of prison?
Yeah.
And he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, he said he was telling details of like his life and stuff like that. And it was like, you think that a lot of this stuff was made up for the movie, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And that kind of blew my mind a little bit. So then I rewatched the movie after listening to that podcast. I don't know, probably like 8 years ago or so, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's there's a lot of shit that goes down, and this movie is a lot of very fast-paced scenes, mm-hmm. and the way that it goes through the story. The 3-hour runtime could have been 4 hours long, mm-hmm. easily, if they didn't do it the way they did it. Which I think it's brilliant the way they did it because the editing and the way they puzzled the story together. It just like it made sense.
Yeah,
even though it was so fast paced, and some scenes were a little bit longer than I would like them to be. But it was so fast paced, I still understood what was going on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I like this movie. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's definitely a fast paced montage of just horrible decisions throughout the entire movie. You basically see the downfall of Jordan Belfort. Like, everything starts out so like calm and so nice, and then he immediately is introduced to drugs, and then immediately introduced to greed.
You see the shift in his personality, because when they go back to when he's first starting, he genuinely seems like a nice, very kind of tucked away kind of person.
Yeah.
And as he like gets more comfortable, he's making more money now, but he still was professional. And then he gets introduced to drugs, and then it was completely uphill and downhill for him at that point, you know?
Let's get into some of the details from the interwebs about The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
3-hour runtime, rated R, very much rated R.
Mm-hmm.
The synopsis from IMDb goes, based on the true story of Jordan Belfort, from his rise to a wealthy stockbroker living the high life to his fall involving crime, corruption, and the federal government. Pretty much sums up the movie there.
Mm-hmm.
Top cast, you have Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Margot Robbie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's in this.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Kyle Chandler. Rob Reiner. Rest in peace.
RP.
John Bernthal. Forgot he was in this movie.
How'd you forget?
I haven't seen him.
I guess he was in it. He wasn't in it that much.
No, and it's like he shows up and you're like, that's fucking John Bernthal.
That's John Bernthal, and then he goes to jail, and then he comes back, and then he dies.
He dies at 35. Jon Favreau, Kristen Milioti, who is the mother from How I Met Your Mother. I forgot she was in this.
Yeah.
And And the list goes on and on. You have a bunch of like the like lackeys, like the group that Jordan puts together. Is PJ Byrne, Kenneth Choi, Brian Saka, and Henry Zabrowski. Shout out to Henry Zabrowski, who is a host on Last Podcast on the Left.
Nice. Which one is that? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot he was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing him talk in the movie, I was just like, yep, that's him. Directed by Martin Scorsese, written by Terrence Winter and Jordan Belfort. On IMDb, it has an 8.2 out of 10, which ain't too shabby. Metascore is 75 out of 100. Pretty good.
That's a C.
It's a passing grade, but an 8.2 out of 10, that's a B.
That's pretty good.
Also, have you ever realized that when it comes to American grading systems, like 80 to 90 is a B, right? And then 90 to 100 is an A. How do you get over an A?
A plus.
But like 80,
extra cred,
80
baby.
to 100 sounds like A territory to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
B territory should be 70 to or like 60 to 80.
80 to 100. I mean,
it just seems like an 80 is still an 8 out of 10 still really good.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, anyways, let's look at some
no, it's reviews. A fucking B.
It's a fucking B for bullshit.
It's a B for you're grounded.
In some people's homes. 9 out of 10 from Notorious Cask. October 24th, 2018. I don't know why I gave all that information this time.
Yeah, great.
Money is the oxygen of capitalism, and I want to breathe more than any other human being alive is the title. This one's really long, so I'm only going to read the first paragraph.
Okay.
It's no surprise that Scorsese is associated with the gangster genre films as much as The Departed, Goodfellas, and Casino, of which the last two are possibly the best pure examples of the genre. The gangsters were and will always be part of America's system. Now, the gangsters are not just accepted by the system, but are considered to be an integral part of it. In the first films, the gangsters threatening and dangerous, but avoidable. In The Wolf of Wall Street, he's calling to hustle you at home and you don't even know it. Some people view The Wolf of Wall Street as a glorification of Jordan Belfort's lifestyle and want to be like him, as Scorsese portrays this life by its nature enticing. That's the way it works, and it's impossible to portray it accurately without showing how a charismatic man like Belfort can suck an unsuspecting person into a world of money and fame. The film, though, shows us just how empty and destructive that life can be. Pretty good.
Damn, that review is long.
Yeah, I had to scroll for a minute there. 9 out of 10 from No God, No Masters.
Is this IMDb?
These are IMDb, yeah.
Reviews?
So they're like fancy pants reviews, you know?
Yeah.
DiCaprio stars in the title role of Jordan Belfort. Belfort works his way up the ladder, making money in penny stocks, selling garbage to garbage men. His scheme is to sell these garbage stocks to rich investors due to the high commissions. Along the way, he does some illegal transactions as he runs his corporation like a frat party in Animal House. Having not known money, he and his crew are all ill-equipped to handle it. The main criticism of the film is that it featured over 500 F-bombs. It really didn't seem like that many due to the length of the production. Besides, you get numb to it after the first 100 or so.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
Who cares?
10 out of 10. DiCaprio was robbed in the Oscars, whether you like it or not. The only reason why people give this movie a low rating is because of the over nudity, and it's the same reason Leo didn't get the Oscar, in my opinion.
Who cares?
10 out of 10. Awesome movie. Watched it multiple times. The film is the very definition of the word impeccable. Scorsese's fantastic storytelling ability mixed with the phenomenal acting of DiCaprio, Hill, and the rest of the cast makes for an awesome combination. The film is never boring and gives you a glimpse into the life of a man who had everything in the world only to have it taken away. So those are the snooty tooty IMDb reviews.
Snooty tooty.
Let's head on over.
Too many boobs.
Too many boobs.
Too many drugs.
Let's read some.
Too many F words.
Can I read some Letterboxd reviews?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, did you have any more?
Too many Margot Robbies being super hot.
Not enough Margot Robbie's.
Go ahead.
4 stars. The most realistic thing about this movie is that Leonardo DiCaprio dates a 22-year-old.
Oh my
God. Can you believe that Leo won his first Oscar for grunting when this performance exists? Because he won it for
The Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah.
And you can't understand a goddamn thing that comes out of his mouth that whole movie.
Yeah.
And then there's this movie.
It was just a bear scene. That bear scene is the only scene that got him that Oscar.
And he took a bite out of an actual liver.
Yuck.
Yeah. Anyways, 4.5 stars. I didn't see any wolves.
What the fuck?
4 stars. It was 3 hours, but at least stuff was constantly. That's it.
Say again? At least stuff was constantly?
Constantly
Uh-huh.
happening. There was a ... and I clicked on it and it was 2 letters and 1 whole word that were cut off. Why? I don't know. 4.5 stars. This is teenage boys when they buy $2 worth of Bitcoin, the movie.
Hell yeah.
4.5 stars. Women who love this movie are sexy, but men who love this movie cannot be trusted. 4.5 stars. 4 stars for Margot Robbie. 0.5 star for DiCaprio's ass. And then the last one. I got 2. I'm gonna read 2. I'm gonna read this longer one and then the short one. 93 out of 100. This person said, even though that's not how Letterboxd works, so it's 5 stars. 3 hours of undiluted, insane, balls out, coked out, swift, ludicrous, hysterical, wacky, berserk, horrifying, paralyzing, unnerving, savage, bloodthirsty, untamed cinema.
Mm.
The icing on the cake, it was released to a general audience of unsuspecting Americans on Christmas Day. This just further proves my theory, no scratch that, it's a fact, that Martin Scorsese is our true savior. Bow to him, worship him, follow him, one of us.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us.
One of us.
Let me get this last one.
Sure.
4.5 stars. Girls don't want boys. Girls want Margot Robbie. And that's the Letterboxd reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy to think, like, not necessarily the things that happen in this movie, but this movie is the epitome of how men want to live. And I'm not talking about the drugs and the hookers and all that stuff, right?
The lewds. And
I'm thinking about the money and the fact that you can go do whatever the hell you want with zero consequences at this point. Because the whole movie is zero consequences until
there's the consequences.
A consequence, yeah. But I think that's why men like this movie so much, is because they are living vicariously in this man's life. And it's not necessarily a life that we want to live. Like, we don't all want to be doing drugs and carelessly sleeping with every woman you could find, but
some people,
they're having a blast.
Yeah, and I think that's where it is, right? It's to have enough money to have fun.
And make more money.
Whatever that fun might be.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, like, like our version of this movie would be like, have a shit ton of money for whatever reason, legally.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
And fucking play video games and make videos and make podcasts all day.
Yeah. In a studio that's like got a water slide or something.
And the occasional drug. No, I'm just kidding.
And the occasional half a pound of marijuana and cocaine. No, I mean a mini fridge full of like Red Bulls or something.
Red Bulls and
on tap,
sugar-free monsters.
Sugar-free,
that'd be cool.
Coke Zero.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yes.
What's your favorite snack?
Whatever
it is, cabinets full of it.
I have a lot.
Yeah.
I have a lot of favorites.
That cabinet right there, that big ass one, is the size of a closet. It's all Juan's favorite snacks. Yeah, and just buying whatever cars you want, and yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? It's like when you can afford everything that you want, what do you do with that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with your time?
Yeah.
But also there's the whole other side of this, which is when you have that much money, you think you can get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scary side of this movie when you really think about it.
Martin Scorsese is truly a fucking brilliant director. And I obviously everybody knows this, but it's hard to believe that Scorsese is always back-to-back bangers. Like he never misses, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how long has he been doing this shit?
Forever. For
a very long time. Let me see a bad Scorsese movie. Where's it at?
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
It's just amazing to me that he is this good and he put a movie together so meticulously to get this movie and even the other movies that he's done. He's so meticulous and so smart with it that it is not... I never want to turn off a Scorsese movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I never want to fall asleep during a Scorsese movie. I never want to miss a moment in a Scorsese movie.
So his lowest rated movie on Metacritic is Deuces Wild, which came out in 2002, but he was an uncredited producer. So let me see his lowest rated directing movie. You got Shutter Island. That was pretty low. Give me just director credits. There we go. 55 movies. They're all in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So Boxcar Bertha from 1972 is his lowest rated one.
Oh my goodness.
And then Who's That Knocking at My Door right above it from 1967. And then right above that, Shutter Island from 2010.
What?
Yep. Gangs of New York, not far off. But I mean, all of these, they're above a 60. Which is, Shutter Island's still an 8.2 review score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know you said you didn't really like that movie. The movie's fine. It's a good time, but that's not the one
I didn't like that movie.
That's not the one we're talking about.
I said, what I said was...
What you said was...
I didn't really like DiCaprio in that time period frame.
Mm-hmm. His highest rated, according to Metacritic, is Mean Streets from 1973. 96. And then The Irishman right under it, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas. And the list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
The Departed's in the middle there, but all of his movies, yeah, like you said, they're all up there. They're all good ones. They're all bangers.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
But why don't we go for what this movie was? What happened in this movie? See if we're gonna break down this 3 hours into 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah. We can do it.
We could do it.
So let's break down the plot
as best we can.
Mm-hmm. And we did get a couple comments that like sometimes we don't talk about things that we do want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if we go scene by scene by scene by scene, it's like
we're gonna be here for 3 hours.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean the thing is, I have notes, little things that happen, and if something sparks, bring it up. We talk about it. Yeah, that's how it goes.
For sure.
And then also let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to talk about. We'll respond to your comments.
For sure.
That's how the internet works, baby.
Right,
social media.
Baby.
Social media. Also, Juan just popped a bunch of lewds, and it's gonna kick in sometime during the rest of this episode. So when he starts melting,
Right.
No promises though.
Right.
Welcome to Wall Street. That's the first part, right? So we meet Jordan Belfort, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, a young, hungry stockbroker getting his start on Wall Street. He's brand new. First day on the job. And he meets his first mentor, played by.
All right.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. I blanked on his name.
Something about them low stock options. They get
pump those numbers up.
Bump those numbers. Twice a day, 3 times. What does he say? I don't remember. We don't need to talk about that.
Twice a day, minimum.
But he's basically told by McConaughey, the secret to success is sell garbage, make money, do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
How many drugs?
A lot.
All of them.
All of them.
All of the drugs. And Jordan takes that advice like it's from God himself, herself, themselves.
Right.
But then tragedy strikes. Black Monday. And the company he works for goes under. Cans everyone. He gets fired. So he has to find a new job.
Mm-hmm.
And where does he end up?
At another stock play, a penny stock.
Penny stocks in a strip mall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and you can see the change in his like personality, like going from Wall Street to the penny stocks, and he's like, "The fuck is this shit?"
Yeah.
You know, like in his face, and then he realizes that they make 50% commission rather than. What was the other one? 10?
Some low.
So then you can see the switch in his brain, the light switch. Oh, if I sell $10,000 in penny stocks, I make $5,000?
Mm-hmm.
And he does just that on his first call. Everyone's blown away
How
with
the
him.
fuck did you do that?
But it wasn't. Obviously not $10,000, but it was a $4,000 sale on his first call.
Yeah.
And they didn't show him being that charismatic and salesman-like when he was at Wall Street. So it was kind of funny to see, like,
the environment.
He's obviously experienced here, but they didn't show him working at Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't see him gain that experience from being the shy first day intern to being this guy who just sold $4,000 in penny stock.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I think it's the environment. He wasn't the best on Wall Street. You know what I mean? He wasn't the top wolf.
Yeah.
He was bottom. But he goes to this penny stock, trading penny stocks, and he is the best. He has experience.
Yeah.
He's interviewing for this job, and the guy doesn't even remember his name, and they just talked on the phone.
Yeah.
He says the people that are selling these stock, like, we're selling them to like
postman.
And I was like, yeah, so these guys that are working here, they don't have the Wall Street mojo.
Yeah.
I don't know, like they weren't thrown into it like he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after he kind of settles in, starts making a little bit of money, making sure his wife's happy because he's married at this point, right? To Kristen Milioti.
Mm-hmm.
But Jordan realizes that penny stocks equal huge commissions. And he might be able to get away with some legally questionable behavior to make even more money. So he starts his own firm, starts putting together the Justice League of shitty stockbrokers, right? Like, not shitty, but scummy. There we go. That's the word. People that won't question him and they'll just follow him. So he starts his own firm, Stratton Oakmont, with his, like, I don't know if Jordan is the sane one in this relationship between him and Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
We're screwed, Yeah. But super chaotic. Donnie Azoff, played by Jonah Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonah Hill is really the one that gets him to start doing drugs.
Right. I think this is where he really shifts because he still seemed like, sure, he's selling a lot of stocks and he knows that he's essentially screwing these people over to make money.
Mm-hmm.
But he still seems fairly, I don't really know the word, but I keep thinking professional. He still seems slightly professional in the way that he's doing business. And it's not necessarily illegal.
I think before they start the firm, the Stratton Oakmont, that he does believe what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he thinks that he's helping his clients and these companies out.
Yeah.
But he knows he's making money.
Right.
But I think as we progress in his timeline, it's where it shifts between he knows what he's doing is wrong, he knows it's making him money, and he knows everyone's going to get screwed over but him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we really see in this little moment where Donnie's like, you should do crack with me in the outhouse of this restaurant or whatever. They're in a shed or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's crack.
Yeah.
Like,
that's it. Just crack.
Yeah, whatever. But they create Stratton Oakmont. This place becomes half a brokerage firm, half frat house. 100% shady, scummy. This is when they say it's the hive of scum and villainy in Star Wars. This is what I pictured, and then you get to Mos Eisley, and you're like, this place ain't that bad.
Yeah.
They train a bunch of random guys to sell worthless stocks like they're life-changing investments to these people. They write scripts. They have everyone saying kind of the same bullshit to everyone. And money starts pouring in. Like if you backed up dump trucks into this building and just started dumping money.
Mm-hmm.
And with that comes office parties that look like deleted scenes from American Pie movies.
Yeah.
And Jordan becomes not just successful, but untouchable at this point in his life.
Yeah.
He starts doing all these drugs with his group of lackeys, his hive of scum,
his Justice League.
They start doing a bunch of drugs. They bring strippers around the office all the time. He's constantly cheating on his wife, and he is having this party, and he's introduced to Naomi,
Margot Robbie.
And immediately he forgets his wife exists.
Yeah.
And starts having an affair with Naomi.
Even like the wife's friend is like, what's her name in the movie?
Naomi?
No, the wife.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, so-and-so needs you. And he's like, well, just tell her I'll be there in a second. And he's like still trying to talk to Naomi. And it's just immediate
love or lust.
Lust, for sure.
So they get divorced, him and his wife. She finds out about the affair. This scene, super powerful. Kristen Milioti does a really great job in this moment of like, she is super pissed, but like at her wit's end. Like she plays this moment like she knew the entire time this was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't want to believe it. And you feel all that in the way she screams and yells at him.
Yeah.
But after that, Jordan is again acting like he's Mr. Untouchable, and he gets all this money, and he's buying mansions and yachts and more office parties.
Mm-hmm.
I love the scene where Rob Reiner, who plays his dad, right?
Yeah.
Comes in and is like, how'd you spend $26,000 on one meal, one lunch?
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to convince him that it was just
appetizers.
I got the sides. And he's like, no, you were spending it on hookers.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point though, he Jordan and the movie just fully commit to the chaos. Jordan marries Naomi, upgrades every aspect of his life, and dives headfirst into excess. So drugs on drugs on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
More wild parties. There's a lot of parties in this movie, and really terrible decisions at every turn. This is basically when the movie becomes a montage of shitty decisions.
Yeah.
One after the next.
Yeah.
I do want to point out though, we haven't mentioned it, that there are fourth wall breaks in this movie. So Jordan Belfort, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, talks to the camera at some points and is also kind of narrating some parts of the movie,
mm-hmm.
but not the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's only in like certain segments of it. But I do love when he like breaks down the Quaaludes and everything and like what they do. And like how they incorporate those fourth wall breaking scenes and everything like that. I think those are fun. They feel out of place though, because you forget that they happen and then they happen. Mm-hmm. And it feels a little wonky sometimes.
That is kind of what I was saying earlier. When certain scenes feel too long in this movie, it is the scenes that he's not narrating.
Yeah.
So when you're just watching his life happen, like the fight between him and Naomi, super long, unnecessary. And there's like other times where I was just thinking like, this is just kind of like just stretching out just a little bit too long. But then the whole time you're getting him narrating the movie, you're like engaged and hooked.
Yeah, I do think we also get a lot of strong performances, though, out of those scenes that are a little bit long, that linger a little bit too much.
And I'm not saying that they were necessarily bad or unnecessary.
But it was like the moment on the roller coaster where it hits the brakes right before it drops again. Yeah. But those brakes, you're like, did it stop?
Yeah.
Did it break down?
Right.
Like that one time we were on Space Mountain.
And I had to shit my pants. I almost shit my pants.
You almost, yeah. But I'm saying that's what those moments felt like without the shitting your pants part.
Right.
Because I didn't need to do it. When the movie slowed down, I was like, I'm fine. I can wait this out.
Yeah.
But on Space Mountain, when it stopped, couldn't wait it out.
I had to get off immediately.
You didn't, though. And then they made us write it again.
We'll tell that story one day.
Have we not?
I don't know. Maybe.
You tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So this is where, after all these parties, we get the iconic moments like the Quaalude crawl scene. So they get these.
When he's crawling down the stairs.
Lemons is what they call them. They're the best Quaaludes you can ever get, and he says they found them in a safe, and they've been expired for years. Mm-hmm. And they start popping them like they're candy. Him and Jonah Hill, Donnie and Jordan. They start popping them left and right, and nothing's happening. And then all of the sudden, it's like the movie melts. Like the whole thing melts apart, and you see like the worst possible like trip of your life, right? They can't move. They can't speak, and it hits like during a really intense moment. Because during all this, they've been sending money across the seas, the oceans, to the Swiss banks, because Jordan started getting investigated by the FBI.
Yeah.
Do we ever find out why he started getting investigated? It was the article in the newspaper.
Yeah, and the guy was just intrigued, and then he first starts with like investigating everybody around him. And all those people aren't necessarily like squeaky clean people.
No, but Jordan's definitely the leader of the cult. So
it's funny to see certain scenes with Donnie and Jordan, because that Jordan is the leader and Donnie looks up to Jordan, but Donnie is definitely the bad influence in this.
Yeah.
So it's funny to see the influence that Donnie has on Jordan, even though Jordan is portrayed to be the top dog.
My thing, though, is when it comes to this being based on a true story, is how much of that aspect is true. Because I don't know if Donnie was actually the bad influence on Jordan. You know what I mean? It could be the other way around, but Jordan Belfort was a writer on this movie, so anything to make him look a little bit better.
Sure. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's just me putting it out there into the world. So we also get the "I'm not leaving" speech, where basically the FBI is closing in, and he decides to leave Stratton Oakmont. But during his speech, his farewell speech, he decides, I ain't fucking leaving, it's a great speech. Like there's a lot of great moments in there, and then huge ass party.
This is where you see this scene is where I saw like Leo DiCaprio full send it, because he does something in every movie that you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like he is sending it to the fucking moon. Like he is acting his fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And he is great in this whole movie. But in that scene right there, and he kind of gets a little animalistic when he's doing that speech. And I was just like it just threw me back a little. And I'm like, oh my God. Like he is fucking in this movie. You know, like he is 100% just, he felt in that moment. Nobody told him to do that. I doubt somebody told him to do that. You know, and he was like acting like a ape almost.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? So I was just like, I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is such a good actor. I'm almost like surprised that people don't have an issue with like him being a method actor, because like, you know, like Jared Leto did that and people fucking hated him for a little bit, and Shia LaBeouf did that and everyone was like, Shia LaBeouf's crazy.
I mean, he is,
but either way, it's like
Daniel Day-Lewis, insane as heck. He lived like Abe Lincoln. It was weird. We couldn't let him into a theater.
But anyways, it's just like that scene right there is what made me think like, okay, what does he do in every movie when he fucking full sends? And it's like Django, he fucking cut his hand on the fucking table and kept going. And
the liver scene in The Revenant, and Titanic when he drew boobs, and
Titanic when he drowned for real. No, I'm just
dude. Woo.
But you know
Inception,
what I'm saying,
when he slept in the chair.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, but underneath everything, including that speech, we all know that the FBI, led by Patrick Denham, starts closing in. And Jordan knows it, but he doesn't care. That scene on the boat, I think, is one of the best scenes in the movie, where he just like, he says, "Get the fuck off my boat," and like kicks him off and starts like throwing the lobsters at him. And like, I don't know, that scene is so intense. Because I watched this movie twice for this. Once because I didn't really pay attention the first time. Yeah. And the second time I didn't really pay attention, but at different moments. Yeah. I was like,
just piece it all together.
It's a 3-hour movie. I had shit to do.
Yeah.
And it was just way too long to sit down and like devote 3 hours of my life to. 2 hours would have been fine. Just saying. So yeah, this scene though made me stop both times. Like, it's just so intense. So, but the investigation starts heating up because he definitely tried to bribe this FBI agent.
It made things worse.
Made things way worse. And then suddenly the consequences start feeling real. So Jordan has been hiding money overseas. He's trying to outmaneuver the FBI while still living like nothing's wrong, which is not sustainable whatsoever. Like, this strategy falls apart pretty quickly. His marriage becomes volatile. His drug use spirals even further. His decision making gets even worse, which is honestly impressive.
Right. We never mentioned what he did to actually make this company illegal, which is, he was doing shitty things, but then it got to a point where he wanted to make more money. So then he would hire somebody to buy stocks and then pull out of the stocks, and would at the end of the day would make him more money. And that part was illegal. And that part he knew was highly illegal and did not care.
Yeah.
And I think this is where the FBI started pushing even harder, because they were investigating him before that. But after this, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And the FBI is coming in even harder.
Yeah.
And we never brought that up. So I was just like, I thought maybe, if you haven't seen this movie, you might want to know like what he actually did.
Yeah. And if you haven't already commented that you wanted to know, now is the time to say thanks, Juan. So let's get to the fall and the like semi twist of an ending.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually the law catches up to him after the countless nights of him fucking up. They strap him with a wire trying to get Donnie to incriminate himself. And he tells Donnie he's got a wire.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? They knew he was going to tell him.
Yeah.
And they told him.
Yeah.
And he got arrested. Donnie did not, which I thought was weird. But it's because he didn't incriminate himself on the wire, right?
Right.
But he does start flipping on his colleagues to reduce his sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And his entire empire collapses. Stratton Oakmont is done. No more parties. He serves time, gets out, and ends up teaching sales seminars, basically turning his chaos into a business model. At the end of the movie, we see him asking a room full of people to sell me this pen,
mm-hmm.
which we learned at the very beginning of the movie, the sell me this pen trick. So it comes full circle because at the end of the day, the real skill wasn't the stocks. It was convincing people to buy anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great salesman, though.
Yeah.
Like the way he was talking to those people on the phone at the beginning of the movie,
mm-hmm.
I was like,
yeah,
I would probably fall for that too.
Yeah, because he's quick.
Yeah.
He's quick and he is charismatic. He knows what he's saying.
And he makes them feel like he cares about them. He makes them feel like they're part of the team. He makes them feel like he's their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like there are times where I've accidentally answered the phone to these people who are selling things and I'm just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like one guy actually tried to sell me on something and I was half asleep. I was working on nights. I was asleep. I had worked, 12 plus hours that night and I was so tired I answered the phone without even looking at it. This guy was trying to sell me car insurance.
I remember the story.
Yeah, and I was like, no thanks. And then he said some snarky thing and I think he was trying to be funny,
mm-hmm.
but it didn't come off that way. It came off extremely rude. And I was like, you know what? No. And then I can't even remember anymore everything that happened. But if Jordan Belfort called me for some car insurance or whatever fucking...
You have car insurance.
Hey, you know what? I would have 2 car insurances right now.
Yep. I do want to talk about the reason that he goes down and they arrest him is because Naomi says that she's going to divorce him. He has been sober after getting out, right? He's sobered up. He's clean. He's not doing drugs. But Naomi's still not happy. She's going to take the kids and go. He flips out and finds a stash of coke left somewhere in the house, starts going crazy, sniffing it all, and tries to kidnap his kid from their mom and crashes the car.
Yeah.
If that's not the epitome of rock bottom right there.
That made me cringe a little.
It was hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, you start this scene so nice. And it's like, Donnie's coming to visit. I was like, hey man, I feel bad that you went to jail, but I got your house. I got your money. Whatever you need, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wow, this is a really happy ending right now.
Yeah.
And then he starts giving him shit about his non-alcoholic beer.
Right.
And he's like, so what, if you drink a ton of them, you get fucked up or whatever? And he's like, no, there's no alcohol. He's like, I can't fathom what that means.
Yeah.
I like this whole scene's really great because it does, you see them as friends, right? And just when you think like everything's fine,
things are going good,
and it just crashes and burns literally. We also didn't talk about the that they all almost died at sea.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm like not sure how much. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
you know
how much
I mean?
of that was fabricated for the story?
But also, did it matter?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it didn't really add to the story either.
Mm-hmm. There was a couple moments of crash and burns where you're like, Jordan should have died, and he didn't. Right, yeah. The Quaaludes with the driving home, the being on a yacht in the middle of a storm, the helicopter where he's piloting the helicopter and almost crashes it,
lands it, yeah.
Yeah, and then this scene with the kid, and I'm like, I think that's what this movie does best. Is show how bad things can be, and how they can get, and how one moment you can be riding high, literally, and then next moment you're like, the car in the front in the driveway is completely destroyed, right? But he didn't even know because he got home safe, not even a scratch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that last scene with the kid in the car, and I want to say, I guess now that I'm a dad, I see these things, but before I was like, oh, that's crazy, and like now I'm like, wait, he's putting his daughter in the car. He just did a shit ton of rails of coke.
Yeah,
and he's obviously high. He's gonna be driving crazy. He's angry. I'm thinking about all the things that are wrong with this fucking scene, and it hit even harder.
Yeah. And that's why we do this series now. Because we're different people than we were in 2013.
Because we're papas.
So let's go ahead. Let's get into our scores, how we feel about the movie now. All right?
So we're going to rate the movie.
Modern day, how we feel about it right now.
Right now. And we're going to put it into our BJ in the Morning movie watching list.
The BJ in the Morning ultimate movie watching list.
Ultimate movie watching list.
Yeah. You gonna go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. This movie was fun. It was fast. It wasn't fast. It was long.
Yeah.
But it was fast. I think easily one of the best Scorsese movies. And like I said, Leo DiCaprio he's just so good. It's just like, it's crazy to me that he's only had one Oscar, but either way, he puts his all into these movies. You know what I mean? And there's very little about this movie that I disliked. You know, like there was the scenes that were, a little too long. There was scenes that were, I feel like, maybe unnecessary, but nothing about this movie ever made me want to turn it off or not watch it or wish that we picked another movie. You know what I mean? So with all that said, I'm giving this movie an 8.5.
Okay. Good score.
I do want to go higher, but the 3-hour runtime is really what does it for me. 3 hours, kind of unnecessary unless it's a Batman movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even then, it's pushing.
Even then, it was very, very, very long. You know. The only 3-hour movie that I don't care that is 3 hours long is Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And even then, it's still...
You got 2 other movies after that.
It's still like really long, you know? So, yeah. I mean, that I was going to go 9, but that 3-hour runtime really, really does it for me. Like, we all have a time crunch nowadays.
Yeah, you have your limits.
You know? Yeah. So it's like... Yeah, let me put this movie on 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But I'm glad I watched it. You know what I mean? So, what about you?
So I originally was going to give this movie a 9. But I had to change it. Multiple reasons. One, while we were going over the plot points, I forgot a lot of stuff, which tells me the movie was too full of stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff could have probably been cut out.
Too much happened.
Too much, too long. like you said, 3 hours is a long time for a movie. I can't imagine seeing this in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my legs like falling asleep right here, right now. You know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But I think while this movie is beautifully shot and acted and edited and everything about it should be like a 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to bring up like something that someone said in another comment. There was a lot of nudity, which isn't a bad thing. But it was like a lot.
Yeah.
And things have changed in our lives now, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of drugs.
Uh-huh.
Which can be a lot for some people. But my biggest thing, like, this movie doesn't do enough to show you that this lifestyle is not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
We had the scene on the boat. We had the Ferrari getting destroyed while he drove home. We have the ending where he loses everything and goes to jail and loses his kids. But like, those are 3 moments.
Well, also the consequences still feel a little light.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 moments in this 3-hour-long movie where he's like, he should be devastated and it should be life-changing, right? And I get that this is a real life thing. This actually happened. Yada, 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 right? But the movie shows a lot of just glorification of being a shitty rich person.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough of the consequences. I wish we would have got more of things that happened in those low points instead of just, let's just touch on it for a second.
Yeah.
And then right back to parties.
Yeah. This is what happened from that. And then
party.
More
drugs, more money, more women.
Right.
I don't know much about Jordan Belfort outside of this movie. I don't know anything about the real guy. If the stuff in this movie actually happened the way he says it did, you don't seem like a great person to be around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped it from a 9 to an 8.5 solely because I get why everything happens, but I do think we should have seen more of the consequences. I feel like that's when this movie could have gone from this like dark comedy that it was the entire time to something a little more dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't see enough of that. There were a couple moments where you had really good performances by DiCaprio and like Margot Robbie when they were having their argument and everything.
Yeah.
But I really don't feel like anything bad happened to Jordan Belfort except losing his kids. And he didn't even seem that upset about it at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the glorification of the shitty lifestyle kind of bummed me out. But then I was going to drop it to an 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remembered how much I liked Jonah Hill in this.
Yeah.
And the other like core guys that they recruit. Like they were all really funny.
And they all did well together.
Yeah, they were a good ensemble. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I bumped it back up to an 8.5.
All right. And full disclosure here, we don't talk about our ratings or even about the movie together.
Yeah.
Until we're sitting in these fucking chairs.
Yeah.
So.
And I write down my score. Before we come in here.
Yeah. And I just make it up on the spot. But either way.
But I mean that way like your score doesn't affect mine at all.
Yeah. So I'm realizing that like we have similar views on movies.
It's like we've been best friends for 25 years or
something.
Like
or something like that. But like there's I think only one movie where it's a different score. But
I mean most of ours are slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are about the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean when it comes down to it, like the biggest discrepancy in our score is like a 0.5, you know?
Yeah.
Or like A Few Good Men, you gave a 7. Yeah, that's 0.25.
Yeah.
Right? Like the biggest difference is 1 full point, which was for Shrek. But that could change in the future.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
We just go back and watch every single movie again.
Yeah, that'll happen eventually. But also we could watch a movie that makes us question all the other movies on our list, you know? So that's the thing that could happen.
Yeah.
But that's the end of the Wolf of Wall Street episode for us. And if you made it this far, why haven't you liked and subscribed on YouTube?
Yeah, why haven't you?
Or hit the follow button on your favorite podcast listening
Why
apps?
haven't you done that already?
Go ahead and do me a favor. Do us a favor. Do us a favor. Like the episode if you're on YouTube. Do us another favor, or a favor if you're only listening on a podcast app. Rate the episode 5 stars, the show itself. Just a little favor. It'd be really cool if you did that. It would really help out.
Pretty please.
And if you've already made it this far, you know where to find us on all the socials, right? On the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the YouTubes at
BJ in the Morning _ and BJ in the Morning podcast.
Yeah, because they're all kind of the same, but kind of different. Maybe we should just make them all the one thing.
Yeah.
That's a long thing to type.
Right.
But yeah, just do us a favor, rate and review the episode, and
subscribe, hit the bell.
It'd be really cool if you did that. It would be really awesome.
Share it.
It would make me feel good. It would make Juan feel good.
Yeah.
It would make Mother feel good.
Yes.
Also, hi Mother.
She's been a little dormant lately.
She's a skeleton. But
she's been dormant and literally a doormat, if you know what I mean.
But thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of BJ in the Morning. We'll be back next week for a review of 2013's Snowpiercer with Chris Evans.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I'm Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And
we'll talk to you next time.
Sell me this pen.